city of Bobo-Dioulasso, known as Burkina Faso's cultural capital, prepared for a significant event. Captain Ibrahim Traore, the nation's transitional leader, was expected. Welcome to Adare Africa. Thanks for watching. It coincided with the National Cultural Week, a vibrant festival showcasing the country's rich heritage. This timing was symbolic, placed Traore at the center of a celebration of national identity. The air in Bobo-Dioulasso was thick with anticipation. People wondered what his presence would mean for the city and for a nation grappling with immense challenges. The visit was seen by many as an opportunity for the leader to connect directly with the populace in a setting that celebrated unity and culture, a stark contrast to the daily news of conflict elsewhere. The significance of Traore's presence extended beyond the festival itself. Burkina Faso has been navigating a period of intense insecurity. Militant groups have expanded their reach, creating a difficult environment for many citizens. Traore's leadership emerged from this context of crisis. His visit to Bobo-Dioulasso, a city that has to some extent remained a haven of relative stability, carried layers of meaning. It was a chance to project strength and a commitment to national cohesion. For the residents of Bobo-Dioulasso, seeing their head of state participate in their cherished cultural event offered a moment of focus, a brief respite from the anxieties that have become a part of life in the Sahel region. Bobo-Dioulasso, with its historic Grand Mosque and lively markets, has always been a crucible of Burkinabe culture. The National Cultural Week, often referred to as SNC, Semaine Nationale de la Culture, is its flagship event. It draws artists, musicians and communities from across the nation. Traore's decision to attend underscored the government's desire to promote culture as a tool for resilience and national pride. In a country facing threats to its very fabric, such gestures aim to reinforce shared values and a collective spirit. The festival grounds buzzed with activity, from traditional dance performances to art exhibitions, all under the watchful eye of a nation hoping for brighter days. The anticipation surrounding Traore's arrival was palpable, particularly given the backdrop of ongoing national struggles. Citizens were keen to observe their leader in a less formal, more celebratory environment. The visit provided a platform for Traore to engage with ordinary Burkinabe, to be seen not just as a military figure but as a participant in the nation's cultural life. This interaction was crucial. It allowed for a different kind of communication than official pronouncements or military updates. The streets of Bobo-Dioulasso, adorned for the festival, became a stage for this important intersection of leadership, culture and public sentiment during a critical juncture in the nation's history. The atmosphere during the National Cultural Week in May 2025 was charged with a unique energy. It was a blend of festive celebration and a subtle underlying current of nationalistic fervor. The festival itself served as more than just a cultural showcase. It became a platform for a mobilization campaign. This campaign was directed against the Islamist extremists who pose a significant threat to Burkina Faso. Young men were visibly engaged, some seen posing proudly with posters of Captain Ibrahim Traore. This suggested a degree of support for his leadership and the assertive stance his administration has taken in addressing the security crisis that has plagued the nation for years. The vibrant displays of cultures were interwoven with messages of patriotism. Public reactions to Traore's presence and the overarching themes of the festival were largely positive, at least on the surface. At various museum exhibits integrated into the festival, teenagers were observed interacting with displays that included guns. This interaction, in the context of a nation at war, carried complex connotations. It highlighted the normalization of security concerns in everyday life. Adding to this atmosphere, Alayla Ilbudo, a spoken word artist, captured the mood of many attendees. She rallied the crowd with powerful patriotic slogans such as "The Motherland or Death." Her words were met with enthusiastic cheers, indicating a resonance with the nationalistic and security-focused messaging that has become prominent. The experience of athletes who traveled from jihadist-controlled areas to participate in the National Culture Week further illuminated the situation. Issouf Diallo and Kadiata Tamboura, hailing from the Sahel region, spoke of a profound sense of relief upon arriving in Bobo-Dioulasso. While their comments were not directly about Traore, they reflected positively on the environment in a major city under his administration. For them, the ability to participate in such a national event, to experience a semblance of normalcy and safety, was deeply meaningful. This contrasted sharply with the realities in their home regions, where insecurity severely restricts daily life and cultural expression, making their journey a testament to their resilience. The festival, therefore, became a microcosm of Burkina Faso's broader condition. It was a space where cultural pride and artistic expression flourished, offering a glimpse of the nation's enduring spirit. Simultaneously, it was a venue where the anxieties and urgencies of the security situation were unmistakably present. The public display of support for Traore, the patriotic performances and the relief expressed by those from more volatile regions painted a picture of a populace seeking unity and strength. The cheers for nationalistic slogans suggested a yearning for decisive leadership and a resolution to the conflicts that have caused so much suffering across the country, making the cultural gathering a politically charged event. Captain Ibrahim Traore's schedule during his visit to Bobo-Dioulasso was carefully curated to maximize his visibility and engagement with the festival's activities. While specific details of every event he attended are not exhaustively public, his presence was noted at key moments of the National Cultural Week. He was seen observing performances and interacting with participants, projecting an image of a leader connected to the cultural heartbeat of the nation. His attendance at an event that also functioned as a mobilization campaign against insurgents was particularly significant. This dual role of the festival celebrating culture while reinforcing national resolve was clearly something Traore aimed to champion through his participation, making his appearances more than just ceremonial. The enthusiastic crowd reactions, particularly the cheers for patriotic slogans like "the motherland" or "death," provided a vocal display of support. These moments, amplified by the presence of the nation's leader, carried considerable weight. Such public affirmations are important for any government, especially one operating in a challenging security environment. Direct quotes from ordinary locals specifically praising Traore during this visit are not widely documented in international reports, but the visible enthusiasm, such as the young men with his posters and the crowd's response to artists like Alela Il Budo, spoke volumes. This kind of public engagement offers a narrative of popular backing that is crucial for the administration. Adding another layer to Traore's connection with Bobo-Dioulasso is his personal history with the city. Welcome to Adera, Africa. Thanks for watching. This biographical detail is not insignificant. For the residents of Bobo-Dioulasso, having a national leader who once walked their streets as a student can foster a sense of familiarity and perhaps even local pride. This past connection might subtly influence public perception, making him seem less like a distant authority figure and more like someone who understands the city's character. It creates a narrative of a leader who has returned to a place that played a formative role in his youth, potentially deepening his commitment to its well-being and security. This educational background in Bobo-Dioulasso could contribute to a more nuanced understanding of his leadership among the local population. While his rise to power was through military means, his past as a student in the city offers a different facet to his persona. It humanizes him in a way that military credentials alone might not. As he navigated the cultural festival, surrounded by the sights and sounds of a city he once knew in a different capacity, this personal history likely resonated with some of the attendees. It provided a subtle undercurrent to the official proceedings, linking the leader's present responsibilities with a more relatable past, potentially fostering a deeper connection with the people of this historic city. The vibrant cultural displays and expressions of support for Captain Traore in Bobo-Dioulasso occurred against a grim national backdrop. Since Traore assumed power in October 2022, Burkina Faso has witnessed a disturbing escalation in violence linked to militant Islamist groups. Reports indicate a 20% increase in violent events, totaling at least 3,059 incidents. More alarmingly, fatalities resulting from this violence nearly doubled, climbing from 3,621 in 2022 to a staggering 6,389 by early 2024. This stark reality underscores the immense pressure on Traore's administration to deliver security and stability to a nation weary of conflict and loss, making moments of celebration even more poignant. The human cost of this ongoing conflict is immense. Civilian fatalities linked to these militant groups have also seen a sharp rise, increasing from 721 in 2022 to 1,151 by early 2024. Beyond the immediate loss of life, the violence has triggered a severe humanitarian crisis. In 2023 alone, over 8,000 people were killed in Burkina Faso, a figure that doubled the previous year's toll. Nearly 3 million people have been displaced from their homes, seeking refuge in safer areas, often under difficult conditions. Furthermore, an estimated 1.4 million children are at risk of hunger due to blocked aid corridors, painting a dire picture of the nation's struggles. Despite these overwhelming national challenges, the spirit of Bobo-Dioulasso during the cultural festival offered a glimpse of resilience. The city, while not immune to the country's troubles, managed to host a major national event that celebrated culture and unity. Traore's visit and the positive reception he appeared to receive can be interpreted in several ways. For some, it was a genuine expression of hope in his leadership and a desire for a stronger, more secure nation. The patriotic fervor seen at the festival might reflect a population rallying behind a leader they believe can navigate these turbulent times, even as reports on his overall popularity remain mixed, with some sources suggesting popular support, while others point to repression of dissent. Ultimately, the impact of Traore's visit on the local population of Bobo-Dioulasso is complex. The festival provided a moment of collective effervescence, a temporary focus on culture and national pride that offered a respite from the harsh realities. It allowed the leader to project an image of control and connection. However, the deep-seated issues of insecurity, displacement and humanitarian need continue to loom large over Burkina Faso. While the cultural heart of the nation beats strongly in Bobo-Dioulasso, the true test of leadership lies in addressing the profound challenges that extend far beyond the festival grounds, shaping the daily lives of millions of Burkinabe citizens.